Hello, and welcome to the monthly featured puzzle. The monthly puzzle prompt involved cooking up your puzzles in an unexpected but delightful way by combining puzzle ingredients in ways you've never seen before. So, I'm coming back to a nerdy waffle. I solved their puzzle last month, which was the Georges Seurat inspired pointillism puzzle. And I decided I'd come back and see what they put together for this month. And this month, they threw together a couple of their favorite rule sets that they haven't seen combined before, and they also added a negative constraint into this. So we'll see that when we go over the rules. So I will link their previous puzzle that I solved, probably in the card or maybe down below, and I will link this puzzle here so you can try it for yourself. But I am going to jump right into the rules. Or really, a puzzle introduction. We have an odd cavern by a nerdy waffle. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Shade all odd digits in the grid and leave all even digits unshaded. So we're just going to go through rules one by one because there's a lot to look at here. So shade all odd digits in the grid and leave all even digits unshaded. The shaded cells must form one orthogonally connected region. All right, what does that mean? So we're going to do a few examples here. Orthogonally connected just means they're connected by an edge. They share an edge. So all of these shaded cells must form one orthogonally connected region, and no 2 by 2 region may be fully shaded. So we can't have a fully shaded 2 by 2 region. Cells with gray circles contain odd digits. Additionally, a digit in a gray circle indicates how many shaded cells can be seen by that cell in its row and column. Indicates how many shaded cells can be seen. So we'll do some coloring. So going back to the orthogonally, let's unshade that. The orthogonally connected, this is orthogonally connected. These two cells are orthogonally connected. This is diagonally connected. So this is not sufficient. Then we have the next part of this, which is cells. A digit in a gray circle indicates how many shaded cells can be seen by that cell in its row and column, including itself, before hitting an unshaded cell or an edge. So we're going to use gray and green in this puzzle. Well, I guess this technically wouldn't work to satisfy the conditions. So we'll do this. All right? This cell would be a 3. And it would be a 3 because it sees 3 shaded cells, including itself. That's part of the rule, including itself, before hitting an unshaded cell. So in its row, it sees 0 because it hits this unshaded cell, and it also sees 0 on this side. In the column, it sees 0 going down, but it sees 2 going up, and then plus itself is 3. So that's that rule out of the way, and hopefully that makes sense. And then we have digits joined by a black dot have a ratio of 1 to 2. So we've seen this rule a few times already. It's our crop key, I think, rules, which is whatever digit is in this cell must be 2 times or half of this digit. So for example, this could be 4 and this could be 2, or it could be 8, because these digits are in a 1 to 2 ratio. But something that is interesting is that negative constraint that I mentioned earlier that a nerdy waffle threw in here. All black dots are given. All black dots are given. What that means is that if this is a 1, none of these cells can be 2 because all the black dots are given. If this is 4, none of these cells could be 2 or 8 because, again, all black dots are given. So that's a negative constraint we have, that the only place where you can have a 1 to 2 ratio is in fact where we see a black dot. So I'll have to keep that in mind as we play through this. I think a good example here is we're given a 3. Neither of these cells could be 6. So we'll go and we'll work through this, and hopefully I'll keep that in mind as I go through solving this. And I think we're ready to just jump right into it. All right. There's a lot to unpack here, and I think well, I'm going to look here, but I'm going to start by doing the easy thing, I think, and shading all of these odd digits. So the circles, the gray circles contain odd digits, and all odd digits must be shaded. So let's do that. So we have all our odd digits shaded, and as we go, we have to make sure we shade our digits. And actually, something I'm seeing, there's a constraint to the way these types of rules work. All right, we'll come back to that. But what I do want to do is I'm gonna look here. So when we see two black dots in a row, we know it can't be a 3-6 pair. So it must be some combination of 1, 2, 4, or 1, 2, 4, and then 2, 4, 8, or 2, 4, 8 in some order. So let's go. Can be 1, 2, 4, or it could be the other direction, 1, 2, 4, or it could be 2, 4, 8, or it could be 2, 4, 8. So this is the combination that we have to work with here, and it's possible that this might be, I wonder how this limits us. All right, another thing I see is this here. So what does this tell us? Well, it's impossible for two odd digits to exist along a black dot like this. It's not possible. And that's because it's a 1 to 2 ratio. So you can only ever have one odd digit, like 1 or 3, but the other digit will always be an even digit. And again, that's just a consequence of multiplying something by 2, right? It becomes even. So that means between these two cells, we have one gray and one green. What does that do for us? And actually, I'm noticing that's the same thing here. We have one gray and one green. Or maybe two green. This could also be two green, couldn't it? We could have at most one gray and one green. Or at most one gray. But we could have 1 to 2 greens. And this 3 is also interesting. So going back to what was in the rules is that what this 3 means is it sees 3 cells, including itself. So it can see at most 2 other cells, which means, and okay, so here's something interesting. Can it ever see this cell and this cell? Well, if it sees those two cells, then you form a 2 by 2 region. So that's not possible. So if it's not possible to go here and here, that means to see our 3 digits, that means it must go either here or here. And we've just said it's not possible for it to go here because these can't both be gray, which means in fact these must be green. These must be gray. Sorry, gray. This must be green. And because this is at least, okay, so here's something. It can't be 1, right? Because then it would just see itself. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, none of these circle digits, they actually can never be 1. Because if they were 1, that means they would only see themselves, but then you wouldn't be able to orthogonally connect all of them, right? This gray can never see or can never meet up with any of its neighbors, its shaded neighbors. So what that means is because they need to form one orthogonally connected region, oh, we can never have 1 in here. And what that leaves us with is 3, 5, 7, and 9, which 3 can be pulled out of these, but we'll just end that one actually. So 3 can be pulled out of all those. But let's actually pencil mark that. 3, 5, 7, 9. And then, like I said, we'll pull 3 out of these 3. What does that tell us? Well, already this sees 2 digits. This can't also be gray. So actually, one thing that we can note is when we see a pattern like this, we can instantly throw a green down because we don't want a 2 by 2 of unshaded. This must see, and because it can't go up or down, this must see at least 5 gray cells. So this must go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this must go gray. And it can be 7. 6, 7, and this would have to be 1, but it can never be 9. This can never be 9 because you can't have all of these digits across, and because it can't go up or down, it can't get the extra digits that it would need from there. So actually, we can remove 9 from here, and this leaves us with either 5 or 7. This can't be gray, so this must be green. Hmm. Can these both be green? I don't see why not. One thing I did notice is that this is always green, so I should mark that. Hmm. All right, well this is always green. So this can't be the 3-6 pair. It must be either 2-4 or 4-8. So I think we can just pencil mark that 2-4-8. I guess one thing I should be considering is when I shade cells gray, these are actually odd digits. So what I could be doing is pencil marking them in 1, 5, 7, and 9. I might get a little bit crazy, but what I am noticing right here is that we can never have 1 here, and I'll show you in a second. This can be 1, 3, 5, 7. Oh, not 4. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So I think earlier I was talking about this could be 7. Well, I forgot that these gray cells aren't just gray cells. These gray cells, these shaded cells, are odd, right? All even digits must be unshaded. So this is actually unshaded. And I can do this because of the same thing I just said. All my gray cells are odd. There are only ever 5 odd digits we can pull from, which means all of these must be green, which means this must be 5 because it can only ever see 5 in its row. And I should have seen that quicker, but I think now that I've said that out loud, hopefully we will start seeing that a little bit more. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 here, and actually, real quick, we'll pull 1 out of here, but even better than that, because we know it's 2 on one of these ends, then we can actually pull 4 out of here, because you can never have 4 on the edge here. So it's either 2, 4, 8 or 2, 4, 8, which means this is 4 and this is 6. All right. We need to place one more green, but then three more gray. Does that do anything for us here? Technically, this could be green, and then these could all be the grays. Hmm. All right, let me think about this for a second. If this is, if these are both green, then what happens is that this gray region gets shut out. So actually, this is for sure one green and one gray, one odd and one even. Again, if these were both odd, or both even, I mean, they can't be both odd. If these were both even, then what's going to happen? Well, these would both be green, and the gray could never escape. It needs an escape, and it can't escape through this top because it's completely cut off, so it must escape through the bottom. One of these must be gray, which means, and it can't be the 3-6 pair. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if one of these must be gray and one of these must be green, what green digit or what gray digit can go on a black dot? A 3, an odd, right? 3, 3, 6, and 1, 2. Well, we know we can't have the 6, right? And actually, I'm now see this is where I'm starting to remember that negative constraint idea is that this actually can't be 3 because it's next to a 6, and we can only ever put the corresponding cell. And actually, where does 3 okay, we'll do that in a second. But what that means is this must be a 1-2 pair, which means we can pull one out of here. But actually, even better, where does 3 go in this box? We know this is a 1-2 pair, all right? 3 can't go here by Sudoku. Where does the 3 go? It can't go here, here, or here because of the negative constraint, which means this must in fact be the 3. And then, see, in my mind, this has to be the 1 because that's just what makes sense, but I can't prove that necessarily because I'm still missing 3 gray digits. If I put my 3 gray digits here and I make this green, this could still be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It sees 5. So it's still possible for this to be a 5 even if this is blocked off. So I cannot prove beyond a doubt. If I eliminate 5 from here, then we can talk about saying that this has to be that. But it is not the case here. 248. I never placed the digits down here. What can I place? This is 2468, but it can't be 2468 because the 2 gets pulled out. So this is 468, and we kind of already knew this, but because it's not on a black dot, right? Can this ever be 4? Wait, maybe it can. It can because this would be 8624. Okay, interesting. So this definitely has to be a 6, right? This definitely has to be a 6. But what can it be a 6 with? Right? If this has to be a 6, the other digit must be a 2 or an 8 because we can't pull the 4 out of here. The 4 has to go here. Otherwise, and actually I see that that places the 4, but if the 4 doesn't go here, then we're left with a 2-8 pair, and that's just 2-8. That doesn't work. So the 4 always goes here, and this is a 2-6-8, not 5, 2-6-8. And what that does for us is it places 4 in this box, right? 4 can't go here, 4 can't go here. We know it can't be part of the 1-2 pair. It places 4 here, and actually, even better, Now I can prove that this can't be 2. Because there is no black dot here, there is a negative constraint, as we've said before, which means this cannot be the 2. This must be the 2. So let's pull gray out of there, and let's pull green out of here, and then we will place the 1, and we will place the 2. We can pull 2 out of here, which means if this is 6, 8, then this must be 2, 4. So we can pull 8 out of here. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. We pull the 1 out of here. 6, 8, 1, 7, 9. This is gray. It's odd. We need 5 odd digits, and we're missing 5, 7, 9, and this can be any of them, seemingly. And actually, one second, let's take a look at this. Okay, this can still be 5. If this is 5, then this has to stop here. This has to stop here. And this has to stop here. If it's 7, this could go 1 further here and 1 further here. Or 2 further here. But if it's 9, it definitely has to go at least here. If not, here instead to finish it off with that closed off. That might be thinking a little bit too far ahead. Let's go back to this, which I just noticed. We've placed 2, 4, 6. That makes that 8. And oh well, we kind of already knew that, didn't we? We have 2, 4, 6, 8. All of these must be gray. We kind of already knew that only one green digit could go up here at most from this, which really should have told us that if we need to place a green digit here, these must all be gray. But again, still trying to fully get used to the rules here, but I like this. And again, going back to no 2x2 region, this must be green and this must be green, which means this definitely has to be gray. It sees 3. If I extend it further, I can eliminate 3, but not just yet. Not just yet. 1. So we can place 3, 5, 7, 9. We still need to place 1. 1, 5, 7, 9. Well, whichever one is a 2, that definitely will eliminate 1 from there. 8 doesn't eliminate 4 or any of the other, or any odd digits, so I guess wherever the 2 goes, we can't have a 1. But 1 could also just go in the center. It doesn't have to go there. Okay, well, actually, I can already eliminate 3 from here because this sees 4 gray digits already. If this was 5, then these two would be... If this was 5, then... I don't know. I do not know what I was thinking there. At least 3. 2 green, 2 green, 2 green. Ah, okay. I was talking about what if this went further? It doesn't. It can't. Again, because I have 5 gray digits, which means these are all green. We'll place 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, sorry, not the actual digits. The pencil marks of the digits. 2, 4, 6, 8. And too many options. Well, I guess this can't be 6. Because if that was 6, then this would be 3, and we know that's not possible. And actually, this can't be 4. Because no matter what, if this was 4, if this was 2 or 8, it wouldn't be possible. So This is actually 2 or 8, which means it's 1 or 4. All right, so this is a 1 or 4, which means it's either gray or green. We don't know. What we do know is this has to go in one of these two directions. We just don't know which direction. Can this be 9 actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this can be 9. Because we can take 5. Oh, wait, no. This can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This can't be 9. Even if this is fully maxed out, which it can't be, right? We would have green here and gray, which would make the most sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Where these are all gray. It's not possible to ever be 9. It can at most be 7. So it can be as little as 5 still if I put the green here, or if I put the green here. But actually, so what does that do for us? If the green went here, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grays, which is not possible, which means this is definitely an odd digit. Which odd digit? I don't know. Maybe it's the one that I was talking about is eliminated from one of these two squares. But again, we don't know for sure. What I can place is 1, 5, 7, or 9. This is such a clever puzzle. I'm sure if I looked at any of the puzzles on for the monthly puzzle prompt, I would be just as amazed by how these setters put these puzzles together. But I really do enjoy what a Nerdy Waffle put together here. Hopefully, if I finish it within my lifetime here, then it will be going on to YouTube for others to appreciate as well. Hmm. We definitely have 6 here, so we can do that. Not that that gives us much right now, but maybe later on in the puzzle we'll get something. Make sure I'm not missing any negative constraints. I don't think I am. I am. Just as I say, I don't think I am. I see, what does this 8 stare at? Well, it's connected to this square, but I don't see a black dot, which means this cannot be 4. This must be 2. And this must be 4. So we have 2, 4, 8. Hmm. We already know 6 goes there. 6 and 8 don't see any digits that could constrain them. This was a 4, that would be a little bit more helpful, but no, in fact, it's not. I can will digits to be whatever I don't want them to be, but that doesn't make it so. Hmm. And this could be gray if this is green, because these are our 5 grays. Hmm. Where to look next? What I am noticing is that this can at most ever see. Ah, okay, there it is. Okay. So I was looking at this column and I saw 3 grays and I was like, oh, well, there's also a gray down here. How many more gray digits can I add? And I guess I should have noticed this a little bit sooner, but when I put these greens here, this limited this corner cell, right? Just like I went straight to the 3, not just because it was a given, but also the corner is a lot more restricted in the directions it can go. Well, where can this 5 go? At, or sorry, I was gonna say why it has to be a 5, but let's go a little bit further. Why I know it's a 5? Because this can only ever go 4 digits here, and how many grays can it see up? Well, it can only ever see one more gray up because the rest of these must be green, and that's actually the way that it looks. This is green, and these are gray because you can't have 3, and you can't have 1 for the reason I mentioned earlier, which means this must be at least 5, but it can't be greater than 5, which means it is the 5. This must be green to avoid a 2 by 2, and we can mark these as 2, 4, 6, and 8. And that leaves us with 1, 7, and 9. Not 8, 9. To place 2 more greens and a gray, but where does that gray go? I do not know. I think these could be green. These could be green, because we could have gray come up and around. And gray doesn't have to escape this way. Gray could escape through here. Because there's no circles, this actually kind of limits, or it doesn't limit, it doesn't give us a lot of information. But we do need to connect, we need to connect the gray cells from here, which we know have to be some sort of set of 5, which means, maybe it doesn't. I'll say, could these two be green? And the answer is yes, these could be green, I think. These could be green, and you could have like the gray cells. But wait, 2 by 2. Okay, you go back to the 2 by 2. How do you put 5 digits in here without making a 2 by 2? Well, you can't pull this digit out because then you have a 2 by 2 there. Can't pull this digit out, can't pull this digit out, or this digit out. So how do you avoid a 2 by 2? You have to pull out one of the middle digits, which means all of these are gray. And then we have, of course, a green-gray pair going on here, either with the gray here or the gray here. But 2, 3, 4. Okay, only 4. But man, I was very excited for that. What did that prove? What did that prove? This could be green and this could be gray. We'd have gray there. I think we'd have to have gray there. Maybe gray could go here, actually. 5 across. Actually, okay. Is that possible? Could all of these digits be gray? No, it can't, because you need another green here. So, because you need another green here, if the green goes here, then this is a 5. If the green goes here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, this can never be a 9. It's not possible for it to be a 9. Similar to kind of this logic that I had going on here, where green had to go in one of these squares. So green, if it goes here, makes this a 5, and this will be gray, right? And if this is green, then this is gray, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we have a 5, 7 pair, and the 5, 7 pair pulls 7 out of here, which makes that 9. Oop, makes that 9. And what that 9 does, it does a few things. 5, 7 also gets pulled out of here, but we'll do that in a second. Let's pull 9 out. Actually, we have a 1, 9, but we'll get to that also in a second. 9. 1, 7 places 9 here. 9 gets pulled out of here. 9 gets pulled out of here. And we're left with a 3, 5, 7 triple, and also this 5, 7 pair, which both of these feed into the logic that pulls a 5, 7 out of here. And that means we're left with a 1, 9 pair in this box and the 6. So this is 1, 6, 9, and actually this can also be 1, 6, or 9. Now let's get back to this. 5, 7 pair pulls 5, 7 out of here, and 9, it gets pulled out of here by Sudoku, which makes this a 3. Now, what does that do? That really limits us here. At least I think it does. We need to connect this like half of the grid here that I'm so carefully coloring, selecting. We need to connect this half of the grid with the other half of the grid along this divider. And I, if this was a yin yang, I would know for sure. But because this is a, what do they call it? A cave Sudoku. It's a little bit different. The yin yang would give me some different constraints here where I would know that, you can't have both of these connected while also connecting to this. At least I don't think. Maybe not. Or maybe I'm overthinking it here. Hmm. 357. Okay, this is interesting. 4 can never be next to 2 or 8. 4 can't be in either of these middle cells. Because if 4 was here, you can't put 6 on both sides, right? You need to have at least a 2 or an 8, which means that 4 must go on one of the borders, and whatever border 4 goes on, 6 goes on the other border, and we're left with a 2, 8. Oh, and if this is 1, then that would give it to us. But we know that 4 cannot go here, and 6 cannot go on the edge, because if 6 goes on the edge, then, like, yeah, if 6 went on the edge, then wherever you put 4, it would have to be next to a 2 or an 8, which again, like I said, is not possible. So wherever the 4 is, we put the 6 to guard it, and then we're left with a 2-8 pair otherwise. Hmm. I think I said the gray can go here. The other two are green. This is green. Can this be gray? It can be, because we could go something like that. Is that the only way to do that? One second. If this is green, let's just, sorry. Or if this is gray, right? These two are green. This needs to escape this way. Now this 3 is trapped. This 3 can only ever see 3 green, or gray, which makes this green. This must be green because of that. And the second we color this, that eliminates that. And we've now done exactly what I said we don't want to do. We've trapped this on the other side. And no matter how you connect this, by the way, right, you end up with this separated region. Because the second you color this and you color these 3, you are not looking so hot. So this can never be gray. I don't know how I don't know why I saw that or how I saw that, but yeah, if we get forced to go up this way and we get pulled over this way, right, to close this out, we need to connect this way. And the second we try to connect this way, right, if we try to connect up here, we can at most be 7, right, because we can never reach 9 because we only have one more cell to work with. And also we need to place a green somewhere. So this can at most ever connect like this. And if this is connected like this, we have no way to get across to the right-hand side. So, that places for sure green here, but it does us one better. Can this be gray? Well, that can't be gray because if it's gray, how does it escape? Well, it has to go this way, which would make this a 2 by 2. And that's not possible, so this must be green. This must be the gray. We can have gray escape up this way. Gray must go here. That's how we connect to the other side. And then gray goes here. We have our 5, so these must all be green, which means this has to be the 4. Oops. This has to be the 4. We can pull 4 out of here. But even better, this is 6. And this set of greens gives us that this is the last gray. And that's how we connect all of this up. Oh my goodness. And it all came from spotting that this can't be gray. Like that's crazy. Um like again, such an amazing puzzle. Um 4. So this is 268. Oh, can it be 6? No, because one of these has to be 6. This one of these definitely has to be 6. So this is just 2 or 8. And if this has to be 2 or 8, can this ever be the 4? If this is the 4, then this has to be protected from 2 or 8, so this has to be 6, which means this is 2, 8, which means there's no options for this, right? Because the 6 gets used, right? The 2, 8 get used, and we can't place 4 there. So this can't be the 4, which means this must be the 4. Oh, this must be the 4. This must be the 6, and we're left with a 2, 8 pair this way. 2, 8, 2, 8, 2, 8. 6, 8, 6, 8. This is 2, 6, 8. And this is 4, 6, 8. This could be 4 because this could be 6. No. If this, okay. So again, where does the 4 go? Can the 4 go here? If this is 4, then neither of these could be 8. So what even digit could they be? They'd both have to be 6, which is not possible. So this cannot be 4, which means, and this can't be 4, and this can't be 4, which means this has to be the 4. We're left with 6, 8, 2, 8, 2, 6, 8. And this can't be the 8. It has to be protected by the 6, of course, which pulls 6 out of here. Gives us 8, 6, which we could have gotten from the 2, 8. One, 3, 5, 7, 9. This is 1, 3, 7, 9. I don't see any restrictions. Oh, I guess there is the 3 there. That is a restriction. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Again, but I see a 5 here. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Pull the 5 out. And then 1, 5, 7, 9. With the 5 from the corner. These two are both green. And they're 2, 8. These are all gray, by the way. And also, like I said, if this was green, then it would have been, this would have been 5 or 7. But because this is green, this must be 5, 5, and this must be 7, 5. Let's pull 5 out of here. And then, ooh, so close to 179 triple. But what does that mean for us? I think, again, we're playing the game of where's the 4 go. If the 4 goes here, actually, this is the only place where 6 can go. I'm just realizing this is the only place where 6 can go. So let's just place that. And it has to protect the 4. We know the 4 can't go here for obvious reasons. So this must be the 4. And again, we're left with a 2, 8 pair. But let's play this game. I was gonna say where does 3 go? But no, it's not as restricted as I hoped. Let's place the 1, 3, 7, 9, and then we'll pull the 3 out of that cell. Oh my goodness. Why? Okay, sorry. This has been staring me in the face for a while, not just because of the 7, but could this have ever been the green cell? No, of course not, because if this was the green cell, this gray would have been isolated. Why? That's been staring me in the face for so long. For so long. Anyways, I'm glad I finally spotted it. Let's pull 6 out of here. Um, it's just one of those things. Anyways, 2, 8. 2, 8 X-Wing, which will almost certainly be resolved by a 1. Like, I don't see what other way it could be resolved by, so I think it'll have to be resolved by 1. I guess technically it could be resolved, no, it can't be resolved by a 4 because there's already 4. We're actually forced to put 4 in one of these 2 cells. Hmm. Oh, these are all gray because we already have our 4 even digits. Probably been staring me in the face for a little bit. Yeah, I guess since I solved that this was the gray, we've had that idea. Or I guess maybe only until I finish these grays. Anyways, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, I think is completely unrestricted. All right. It's a little ugly pencil marking it like this, but I'm hoping that it'll help me down the line. Could these all be green? I think these could all be green. This has to be green, again, because no 2x2 region, so let's make that green. This could still be 3. If this was 3, this would have to be green. Forgot we have this whole mess of 2 8s. I'm trying to see negative constraint, and I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss a negative constraint somewhere. We've protected the 4s with 6s, except for where it's allowed to be unprotected. These are gray, I'm realizing, which makes these both green. 2, 4, 8. Definitely need a 4 on there. So 4, and then 2, 8. Oh, whoops, sorry. We want to place a 4, which I'm seeing because of the red. That actually, if we need to place a 4 on here, this must be the 4, and then we're left with a 2, 8 pair. Not only because this 2, 8 was staring down here, which left that, but that means all of these are gray. How do we escape? We escape this way. This must be green, and this must be green. And actually, we are fully shaded. So what we can do is we can go in here, fill out this mess as 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, pull out the 3, pull out the 5. I think those are the only constraints. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Pull out the 3, pull out the 5, and throw in 2, 4, 6, 8. Ooh, this has to be the 4, because, oh, here, this is 6, and then this can't be 2 or 8, so this must be 6 as well, and this is 2, 8. And now we need to find where the negative constraint breaks everything. Or maybe there's just some basic logic that I'm missing. I wonder if there's some basic logic that I'm missing. It is the negative constraint, but this is, again, has been staring at me for I don't know how long. I was so busy looking at 2, 4, and 4, 8 pairs that I was somehow forgetting about 2, 1 pairs. This can't be 1. This must be 7. This must be 1. This must be 7. Let's pull 7 out of all of these cells. Let's pull 7 out of all of these cells. And that didn't do as much as I was hoping. Hmm. If this is 2, this is 8, this is 2. So these two are 2. Ah, okay, interesting. So if this is 2, then this is 2, which means neither of these can be 1. If this is 2 and this is 2, that still means neither of these can be 1. So let's pull 1 out of here, and that leaves us with the fact that this can't be 5, it can't be 7, it can't be 3. If this was a 1, both of these would have to be 8. So this is 9, which allows us to pull a lot of 9s out of cells. This 1, 3 pair pulls 1 and 3 out of here, and we're left with a 7, 9. One, 3, 3, 7, 1, 3, 7. I guess let's check on our 4s, make sure our 4s are nice and protected. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Always next to a 2, 8 or a 6. Well, 2, 8 on a black dot or a 6. I think that's true. Let's look at our 2s. Oh, we actually don't have a lot of 2s. Ah. Maybe that's a bit of a problem. Because I've already protected my 4s. I think that means the 8s and 2s are already protected from even digits, but 6 is not necessarily protected from 3. Maybe it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these couldn't be 3. So we'll pull 3 out of there. This couldn't be 3. Let's go back to 6. This already can't be 3. Ah, here we go. Remember this 1, 3? 6 sees this. So this is 1, this is 3. Let's place our 7. Let's place a 1. All right, we'll just pull out the 1s. We'll pull out the 7s. Let's go back to 6s real quick. Make sure that our 6s are fully protected. This can't be 3. So if it can't be 3, it must be the 9. Which pulls our 9 out of here. And actually, oh my goodness. I was talking about this forever ago. All right. We'll do our last circle digit. So now we are fully done with that. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of gray digits here. So let's pull out 1. Let's pull out 1. Let's pull out our 3s that we got from that. Let's pull out our 7 that we got from this. Let's pull out this 3. And let's pull out our 9s. Again, let's look at 6. Make sure 6 is fully protected from 3s. It looks like 6 is fully protected from 3s. 1 needs to be protected from 2, 8. This must be 8. This must be 2. This must be 8. This must be 2. This must be 2. This must be 8. This must be 8. This must be 2, 2, 8. Ooh, yeah, and I think I was right that this 2, 8. I was thinking about it, and I was like, I think the only way this can be resolved is with a 1 somewhere here. But okay. Well, here's the thing. Okay. I guess technically the 1 could also be here. I was gonna say let me not use that because that's not really a good way to constrain the puzzle. 3, 9, however, is. That leaves us with 1 here. Pulls 1 out of here. 3, 5 is fine. 3, 5, 3, 9, 1, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 3, 9, 1, 5, 7, 9. 2, this can't be 1, so this is 5, 9. We have a lot more 2s. We have 7 2s, I think. Yeah, we have 7 2s, which we have protected from 1s. We protected our 6s. Protected our 4s. Protected our 8s. I think we've fully covered that 1 2 thing except for wherever it might cause problems here. I think it'll have to cause problems there. But again, I don't want to use that as some sort of constraint because it's not a good way. Sorry, it's not a good way to constrain the puzzle there. Um, I guess if yeah, because if this is 1, then that gives us that because this will be 1, this will be 1, right? Which means that one of these is touching. If this is 1, then this is 1, which already gives us our touching pair. And if this is 1, then this is 1. So no matter what, we have one of these being 1, 2, or we have some way to eliminate the 2, 8 with some combination of 1s. 5, 9. Okay. Whew. I was like, what am I missing here? 5, 9. 5, 9 stairs there. That's a 1. We'll pull 1 out of here, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to replace this 1 with a 3. This one gives us 9, 1. It also places our 7, our 5, our 3. Let's pull 3 out of here. It pulls, oh, sorry. It pulls 5 out of there and 5 out of there. Pulls 7 out of there. We're left with 9, 5, 7, 1, which will give us our 8, 2, but we'll come back to that. 7, 5, 9, 5, 7, 9, 3, 9, and 3, 5. And then finally, to finish off our puzzle, we have our beautiful negative constraint, placing an 8 here, a 2 here, a 2 here, and finally an 8 here. And we are done. 5256. Let's see, there's a four solves on this on on my side. At least that's what it's showing. There might be more through other platforms because other people use different platforms to solve these puzzles, these Sudokus. But I always come back to Sudoku Pad by Sven Newman. And that was an odd cavern by a nerdy waffle. That was definitely a chef's kiss fusion, a really great fusion of rules. A rule set I hadn't seen before, the cave rule set, which was very similar to a yin yang set, except for the fact that we don't care about greens being orthogonally connected. In a yin yang rule set, your shaded and your unshaded cells create sets of orthogonally connected digits. But in this case, we didn't care about the green. The green is separated everywhere, but we have one nice cave network, an odd cavern, a cave made of our odd digits. Actually, there's a faster way to do that. Let me just go to colors and double click. And that's it. That was an odd cavern. I hope you gave that a try. This was a very fun Sudoku to do. I might take a look at the other Sudokus featured for the monthly puzzle prompt, but I'm definitely glad that I came back to a nerdy waffle on this one because this was a great puzzle. A nerdy waffle, you did an amazing job. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.